Today, I will give you 6 tips on raising money. 6 tips that will surprise most people that haven't raised money before. But I guarantee you, they will increase your chances of success.
My name is Heine Sakaraisen. I'm the founder of Vivino.
The world's most downloaded wine app.
Vivino changed the billion-dollar wine industry. Now I help other builders change the world. I will call things as I see them, no filter. This is Raw Startup.
When I started raising money for Vivino, I was inexperienced. I was definitely no expert in raising money. I'd say I was probably pretty bad at it too. I could present Vivino, I could tell the story, but the game of raising money is so much more than that. Now, a few years later, we've raised $57 million. I've raised more for other companies too. I've picked up a few things. Some of the things that I picked up are quite surprising. They're not traditional wisdom. There aren't that many books written about them. So here are 6 tips that might just surprise you too. Number 1, never follow up with an investor. A lot of people think this is strange, but this is how the game is played. Sure, after a meeting, you follow up by sending whatever you agreed upon, but you don't go back a week later, 2 weeks later, even 3 months later and said, hey, how are you doing? Would you like to invest? That makes you look desperate. Every time you do that, the investor becomes less interested in investing. So you should not remind the investor about your amazing startup. A reminder will not make them invest. If they're interested, they will come back to you. I guarantee you, all great investors keep an eye on the companies, the startups they really want to invest in. Yes, it can be very disappointing when an investor doesn't get back to you. It can be especially disappointing when there's a meeting that was amazing, good chemistry. They were very, very positive. But that's their job. Be positive all the way till they say no. The investor's job is to put them in a position to make sure they get to invest if they want to. So their job is to keep you happy so they can both say yes or no. So they will be positive, they will be happy, they will be nice, and they might just say no. Number 2, you're never raising money. Officially, you're never really raising money. You're talking to investors, but you have lots of opportunities, you have money in the bank and so on. Never tell an investor that you have 3 months left or 6 months left. That's just, you have plenty of options, you have good support from your existing investors, all that. Things like saying you have a short runway, it makes you look desperate, and investors are not looking for a good deal. They're looking for an amazing startup that gives them a lot of upside. They don't want cheap startups. They want things that can grow really big and make a lot of money. That's what they're interested in. Number 3, you don't need the investor, but the investor needs you. This is very much about a mindset. The startup that you have, there's only one of them. This could be it. This could be the next whatever. And the investors know this. Sure, there's a small chance, but there's only one you. On the other hand, there's a lot of money out there. And money is just money. There are hundreds and thousands of different investors out there that are willing to invest in startups. The main reason why investors invest is FOMO, fear of missing out. They're afraid of losing an opportunity. So always have that mindset that there's only one you and there's lots of money out there. So you don't need the investor needs your amazing startup. Be nice, be polite, but never flatter the investor. Don't tell them, oh, you're such an amazing investor, we'd love to have you on the team. Also, don't ask them what they think. You know this is an amazing startup. You don't have to ask them what they think. You should never ask them, do you want to invest? Asking them if they want to invest is a sign of weakness. You have plenty of options out there and you're considering those options. If they want to invest, they will come to you. So don't ask those questions. It will make them less likely to invest. That's it. They're an investor. They bring you money, but a lot of people can bring you money, but there's only one you. Number 4, always tell the truth, but don't be modest. So I'm from Scandinavia and we're sort of humble. We don't exaggerate too much, but that is not a strength when you're trying to sell a big dream. In the US, people are very, very different. They think big, they're not afraid of talking about the big dream and so on. And that's a much better way to sell your idea to get an investor on board. It's important not to be modest. The investors expect you to have big dreams and maybe exaggerate a little bit. So no matter what numbers you come up with about the future, they're probably going to divide it by 2 anyway, so you might as well go high. Okay, let's do an example. So you have a Scandinavian and an American. They both think that over the next year, the company is going to do $1 million in revenue. However, Scandinavian thinks, you know what, let's be careful, let's be modest, we'll say 800,000. American, on the other hand, thinks big, we're going to say 1.5 million. They both go to an investor. Scandinavian says, we think we can do 800,000. American thinks big, 1.5 million. So the investor, he always knows people exaggerate, so he'll divide both numbers by 2. So now the Scandinavian is at 400,000 and the American is at 750,000, which makes the American's investment a little bit more interesting. So don't be modest, think big, sell the dream. Number 5, the investor must be in love with you. Yeah, we're still talking raw startup. This is not a Tinder dating thing or anything like that. Here's the thing. Every single big investor that came to Vivino was really in love. There was no doubt about that. The facts are that most of these investors, they'll look at 100, maybe 200 investments every year. They will invest in 1 and 2. So with a lot of the investments they look at, they're gonna like. There's a lot of investments they like and they see every year, but they're only gonna invest in the ones they love. Yes, you will see it in their eyes. You will see things move faster as soon as they're in love. The dynamic sort of changes. The investor starts selling you. Anything you send to them comes back to you quickly. Everything just moves faster. And the reason for this is because they know that there's an opportunity to invest. If somebody else sees that opportunity, they might take it away from them. So there are some clear signals when the true love is there. So keep an eye for that, because there's momentum and there's a chance to actually close a deal. So why is that important? Well, it's important that you know that these people that are like you and are nice to you are probably not going to invest. Raising money takes a lot of time. You can spend so much time on raising money, and you need to spend that time with the people that really care, that really love the startup. So don't spend too much time on the people that like you. Spend your time on the people that really love your startup. This is important because you shouldn't spend too much time with people that aren't in love with your startup. You can't force them to love you, and 3 emails in a row is not going to help that. So cool off, wait. They're not going to invest right now anyway. Unfortunately, people fall in and out of love. So give it time. They might be interested later. Don't try and force it. Yeah, raising money takes a lot of time. So use that energy on the people that really love your startup. They're the ones that are going to invest. Number 6, be someone the investor wants to spend time with. Investors know that should they choose to invest, then they're going to spend a lot of time with you. So obviously, be nice, don't be an ass. But raise it a little bit from there. Try and be fun, relax, and don't take it too seriously. These are mostly nice people, and you send the signal you're somebody they want to hang out with and chill with. That actually helps and increases your chances of raising money. So that's it, guys. Raising money is not that far from the dating game. Raising money is also a game of companionship, love, and not always following up on every single message out there. Thank you very much for watching Raw Startup. Please like and subscribe to get all the amazing videos in the future.